Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So we are here with the ARP-87 by Walrus pedals. Now this is a really cool series because if you get all of them together, it makes a really cool space scene. They have other kind of pictographed pedals for different things too. However, this pedal sells new for about $260 Canadian. And I can get it for $229 because it's used. So I rented it for now. I've been in search for a delay pedal and so far having very poor luck at it, finding what I'm after for myself, for what I want and need in a delay. And it looks like even Boss can't handle that one, even in their more expensive models. But this one is so far kind of impressed me a bit from what I saw at the store. So we have controls like level, adjusting the level of the repeats. Clockwise turns up the volume of the echoes, etc. Okay. Dampening control, overall tone on repeats. It's a low pass filter, so turning this knob clockwise will open the filter and brighten the repeats. Counterclockwise, of course, darkens the repeats. Then we have the repeat. Adjust the number of repeats that are heard. Go from one repeat at full counter clockwise to near infinite at all full clockwise. Ratio knob sets the tempo multiplier for the tap tempo algorithms, digital, analog, lo-fi, and it adjusts the delay time for the slap algorithm. The X ratio knob changes functions depending on which algorithm you are using. It adjusts a specific parameter in each algorithm. Digital modulation depth, filter width for lo-fi, analog modulation, and slap modulation depth. Anyways, so we've got quite a bit of stuff. We have a momentary bypass switch. It's in, when the switch is in off position, press and hold to temporarily activate the effect to add a moment of delay texture. Releasing the switch turns off the effect, etc. when the effect is on, and so on and so on. So we've got some pretty neat little instructions here. This can be, the ARP-87 can be run in trails or no trails mode. When you turn the pedal off, the delay trails die off naturally. In no trails mode, the delay trails are abruptly cut off when you turn off the pedal. To toggle between them, hold down the bypass switch for 1 second while applying power to the pedal. Unplug the power and repeat to toggle the other mode. So quite a bit, but we're going to go through some basics and turn some knobs and see what kind of delay we get. But that's the instructions and basically what this thing's capable of. So where we're at now is on the D programming. So I'm going to go over to the A program side first, and it's kind of a weird set of programs. It's kind of like A, looks like A, L, D, and S. So that's going to give us, I guess, our analog, slap, digital, and lo-fi. Oh, so let's start with D then. Why not? Alright, so this is my clean tone out of my HT5 Blackstar amp. And I'm using my Affinity Squire Telecaster. So no other effects are on, just clean. So let's fire this up. So let's try A. do have tap tempo as a switch. I gotta remember which mode it works on. Okay, so now we know what we're doing here. So if we mess with the tap tempo here, and we go from that program back to this program, we go back to the beginning. So that's definitely got some coolness to it, and everything was still at 12 o'clock. Alright, let's go with the dampen here. Probably going to work better in one mode than the other. Kind of cool. Wow, that's got a neat sound. Alright guys, so, yeah, it's, that's a good fit for me. It does more than I need. And it's better to have more than what you need than have a useless pedal, right? So, why settle for less when you can have more? There's no way Boss is going to be able to compete with this pedal in any way, shape, or form. I've had the Boss pedals before in the past, like way too many of them. Delays and reverbs, and I've had tons of Boss stuff. And although there is a lot of really awesome Boss equipment for pedals, they don't have a delay that can compete. As far as chorus goes, I mean, they do have choruses that compete with JHS for sure, but I have to try out the Walrus stuff to be honest. I'm still kind of on the fence with my current chorus pedal that I'm renting from JHS. I'm still kind of, well, is it going to really be? So I have a lot more testing to do on my own because I'm not going to start spending money on all kinds of pedals and have useless garbage, right? There's more to my life than just doing YouTube reviews for you guys with gear. I need gear that's going to also work for my own stuff, right? And so far we're compiling some decent options here. You know, I mean, the Rat pedal is great. The DS1 is doing actually quite nice on the Blackstar amp. DS1s don't sound good on all amps or with all guitars either, because, yeah. And I did have one guy who mentioned the DS1 and he can't get a good tone out of his for some reason. But I told him, you know, try a different amp or guitar or something, right? But distortion is best left for, obviously, for humbucker pickups, but that doesn't always mean anything either, especially when it comes to the Boss distortion pedals. They're just a weird bird. But they can work if you have the right amplifier too, right? And anyhow, but as far as the Walrus ARP-87 goes, I've rented it for a month, and I'm happy to say that I have no issues giving this thing way too easy of a 4.5 out of 5. I would love to give it even closer than that, but you know, we have to also be realistic here. You know, I'm not an excited little kid at Christmas, so I'm a little bit more stringent on things. But when it comes to a delay pedal that is extremely suitable, has an extremely wide range of capabilities, and more so than what even Boss has currently, even in their Wazacraft line, yeah, I'm going to say that for 260 bucks Canadian, and if you can find a used one like I did at Long McQuaid, you know, I got mine for $229 if I want to buy this, right? And but like I said, right now I'm renting it for the month, and I have an extremely positive feeling that, yeah, they're not getting it back. I'm going to buy it, you know, and because it's definitely going to suit what I need. And, you know, I have a hard time swallowing down, like, this kind of money for pedals. It's kind of like, well, I can go get a whole, you know, Boss GT1000 board and save myself so much money, because then I have way too many options, way too many pedals, and I still want one. Again, but when it comes to simplicity of pedals, especially with certain amplifiers, I do need that too, right? I don't need a GT1000 for my Blackstar amp, you know, and I'm still on the fence on the Katana about buying that thing again. I'm pretty sure I probably will in the meantime. It's just because I can't really afford a GT1000 right now. So yeah, at least the Katana does have, you know, virtually all the Boss effects, right? And it's got a nice tone to it. However, in the case of the Walrus here though, getting back to that, I think that if this is the sort of thing you're looking for, well, you better empty your wallet and pony up the dough, and it's going to be well worth the money spent, in my opinion. Just from fooling around with what we were doing, and I'm listening to the repeats, I'm listening to the way things are working, because to me that was the whole point. At this point in the video, we'll have more on it in future for sure. This definitely suits me. So if it's something that would suit you and you're looking for something that has a lot of functionality to it, a lot of different advantages to, and having that that lo-fi, the digital side, the analog side, etc., all in one package. I mean, come on, you cannot go wrong for 260 bucks, right? So I'm actually really glad I decided to rent this, because yeah, that makes me that much more of, yes, now we do finally have something. I did try out some Boss effects and some other ones as well. I tried out the JHS delay. Me and it did not get along at all. Okay, it was just horrible. Boss did a better job. Sorry, JHS, but you need to step up your game a bit. My reverb pedal is doing rather well for me. I'm liking that from JHS. But anyways, so as far as the ARP-87 goes, like I said, if this is something that would suit you, give her a man. You cannot go wrong. Yeah, I'm definitely going to buy this thing. So, oh yeah, whew, yeah. And these are handmade in the USA, which is kind of cool too. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll be sure to catch you on the next video. See ya.